Shalom, back to part 2. America, Babylon the Great cannot be fixed. All right. Again, you people, I took you to some articles so that you could see. I didn't read them. They're all basically going to say the same thing anyway. All right. And I took you to the video and I played it for you of Richard Wolff. And, you know, he fully backs up what I had already told you. That again, you know, the rich do not, get tax hikes, okay? It's always, what was once the middle class, all right, so is now the poor, all right, and the poor itself, so they're the ones who pay for it, okay? The tax hikes are always on the poor, all right, never on the wealthy. So, but yet, that's not how they bring it out, is it? All right? So you see, they always lie to you. And this is a system. And again, again, the money, as you see, very little trickles down and nothing ever gets fixed. It's just patchwork. You understand that? And that's the way it's been for over 100 years. All right? This is the way it works. All right? Infrastructure is the lease. You understand that? Now, they have money for war, do they not? Yes, they do. They're bombing the shit out of Syria right now, all right? Just as, they've been doing throughout all these administrations. Doesn't matter who sits in the seat of presidency, all right? They're all devils, all right? Okay, they all do what they're told to do, all right? And again, that's the international banking families. They're the ones that own this place. All right? They own it. All right? This is their corporation. America's a corporation owned by the bankers. Okay? Your Rothschilds, your Oppenheimers, your Rockefellers, et cetera, 13 families and all. That's your cabal. That's your shadow government. All right? All right. So, Babylon, talking about America, Babylon the Great, had been a golden cup in the Lord's Yahweh's hand. And again, we say, Yahweh, because we see the word Lord in all caps, all right? In the Hebrew Bible, in the Hebrew text, which is read from right to left, okay? It would be Yahweh, all right? And the word Yah means he, okay? Wah, meaning he exists, all right? He is, all right? All right. So, have been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand, and have made all the earth drunken. How have they made all the earth drunken, all the other nations? Through her doctrines, okay, her draconian laws, harsh and severe laws. You understand that? Okay? Her legislations. Get it? You understand that, people? All right? But it's, through her democracies, okay? Her doctrines, all right? And usually the word here, when you see the word, we're about to read it. And the nations have drunken of her wine. The wine is talking about her doctrines, okay? Okay, her democracies. You understand that? All right? Therefore, the nations are mad. Why are they mad? Because they got screwed, okay, in the deal. All right? And what's a good thing to back that up? All right? Let's see. Go here. What is that? Is that Isaiah 33:1? All right. Woe, destruction to thee that spoileth, right? And thou was not spoiled. Who was not spoiled? America, Babylon the Great, all right? But she spoiled all these other nations. She cheated on them. She made them. That's why they're mad, because they're drunk of that wine, okay, of her doctrines, her democracies, right? And dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee, all right? The other nations didn't deal treacherously with America, Babylon the Great, but she dealt treacherously with them. And when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. You see that? And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they, the other nations, shall deal treacherously with thee. And that's coming, because that's all prophecy. The other nations they're going to, the Lord is going to put the Spirit on them, including America's own allies, the EU nations, all right, and NATO, all right? The EU nations are the 10 horns, NATO is the beast, and they're going to send missiles onto America, Babylon the Great. And that's scriptural because you read it in Revelation 17, verse 16 and 17, all right? The 10 horns which thou sawest, these shall, 10 horns which thou sawest, 10 horns meaning the EU nations that thou sawest on the beast. The beast is NATO, okay? That's the military arm, the iron teeth of the beast, right? While the EU nations, that's the political, financial arm. Well, you shall hate the whore, America, Babylon the Great. Shall make her desolate and naked, eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Now, how you think they're going to do that? Pour gasoline over America and light a match? No. They're going to send intercontinental ballistic missiles, that thermonuclear fire from the ICBMs. You got that? In the next verse, the Lord explains exactly how he's going to do that. He will put it in their hearts, which in Hebrew is lab, which means mind. So he's going to put it in their hearts and minds to what? To fulfill his will. You see that? You understand? And those are America's allies, which America also put sanctions on. You see that? So you think they're not mad? Yeah, they are. All right? So in other words, America, Babylon the Great is being isolated purposely by the Lord. You understand? Where it's basically going to be America and her pimp, Israel, okay? They're being isolated, okay? And he's going to use the other nations before the Lord takes out those other nations. He's going to use them to destroy America, Babylon the Great. You understand? Everyone that has ICBM capability, America's allies, plus the nations that are not a part of the EU and NATO, like Russia, like China, like Iran. All right, everyone that has ICBM capability. And that's backed up by, what do you call it? Jeremiah 50 and 29. All right? One of my favorite verses. All right? Called together the archers against Babylon. This is talking about America, Babylon the Great, people. All ye that bend the bow, everyone that has ICBM capability, you know, the bow in modern day is talking about the missile silos that hold the ICBM missiles, all right? Camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. Recompense her, America, Babylon the Great, according to her work, all right? You know, the one that dealt treacherously with the nations, right? They dealt not treacherously with thee, all right? According to all that she have done, do unto her, for she have been proud against the Lord Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. There you go. All right, let's get back. All right. Now you people should have some understanding. All right. See, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. And again, she's been falling, circling the drain. That's a medical term, CTD, used, you know, in the hospitals when a patient obviously is not going to make it. All right. So America's been circling the drain since 1969. All right. We're going to prove that to you through the scriptures here. All right. Babylon is fallen and is destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. All right. But Babylon is not going to be healed. But first, let's take you to that precept that proves to you she's been circling the drain. All right. What is that? Obadiah. Okay. It says one chapter. All right. Verse 3 and 4. The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. All right. That's where they come from. They come from Mount Seir, which is southeast of Israel. All right. They come from the rocks. Okay, it's known as Petra today. You people can go look that up. They also come from the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. That word Caucasus, that's where you get the word Caucasian from, which means cave dweller. All right? All right, so whose habitation is high, talking about their skyscrapers. All right, everything is concrete, your streets, all that. Again, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? There's his pride again. And though thou exalt thyself as the eagle is a buzzword, okay, for all these Edomite nations throughout their history, okay, going back when they started calling themselves the Greeks under Alexander the Great and his father, King Philip the Macedonian, all right, who pushed, conquered all of Europe. So they pushed Japhet out. That was all Japhet. So you see, they're not the original Greeks, Romans, or Europeans, all right? They call themselves by the lands they conquered. You read that, Psalms 49:11. All right. All right, so the eagle is the symbolism for all these nations, these Edomite nations throughout history, going back when they call themselves the Greeks, the Roman Empire, which was the fourth beast. Again, France, Spain, England, the British Empire, Germany. You understand? All these nations, fly the symbolism of the eagle. It's on their flags, all right? Okay. And though thy set thy nest among the stars, all right? That's in 1969 when supposedly they went to the moon. They never went to the moon. That's all a lie. That's a fairy tale, okay? Even many, many people, experts have known this stuff before HD television, okay? Even before that it was all fake. It was a Hollywood production. You understand that? That's why they destroyed all those tapes, because then the majority of the world would have seen it on HD TV that it was fake. But it was even spotted before HD televisions were created, all right? And that's why they destroyed all the tapes, all right? And set thy nest among the stars. Nest, when you go into that word, it's talking about weapons in space. In other words, like satellites, okay? Okay? Among the stars. See, so again, this is 1969, supposedly when they went to the moon and didn't. So America has been circling the drain since 1969, the early 1970s. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. You see that? You understand? So the Lord has been bringing them down ever since. But now today it is clear that you could see who the devil is, all right? Who is Esau Edom. He's that, dragon, the old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, that man of sin, the lawless one, son of perdition, which means destruction, all right? That's what he's about, death and destruction. He's the harbinger of death, all right? He's that violent and evil man you read about in Psalms 140, okay? So he has many titles, many names. You understand that? But nonetheless, that's who he is. When you get into the word devil, it'll tell you, it's a metaphor for a man, all right, who acts as the devil, takes the part of the devil, sides with the devil here on the earth. You understand that, people? And you read that in the blue letter of the Bible Concordance, all right? So there's no getting away from it, all right? Goes into the word diablos, all right? All right. What else here? Okay. All right. Let's see here. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how about cut off? Would they not have stolen? Yeah, well, I don't need to read that, right? And we got to get back. So lock it for that. All right. Here we are. All right. So Babylon is fallen and destroyed. Okay. How for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. Verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. You see that? So she's never going to go back to her golden age. That's over. All right. Forsake her and let everyone one of us go into his own country. All right, we're going to end this here. We'll be right back with part 3. Shalom.